video or this video, I will be doing a reading vlog, another reading vlog for another book that I'm annotating for the same friend who I did a diary. Oh, actually, I don't think I posted. Okay, so I had actually filmed a reading vlog for a Diary of Blood. Did I post it? I feel like I didn't. I should look into finding the files for that. Okay, so I did an annotated book exchange in which I chose a Diary of Blood for that friend, and then we're doing another one. So for this one, it's actually going to be Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I did read the Carvel trilogy from like the end of February to the beginning of March. So like I just finished reading finale. This is March 4th, and I will be getting into further details of like my thoughts and whatnot. Probably my wrap up. I will just say though, take what I say with a grain of salt, since I did speed read through them because I wanted to get to this series more. So yeah, I will be, oh shoot, I forgot to buy notepads. Anyways, I will be reading and annotating Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, and I will be taking you guys along with me. I'm actually very excited because I have heard like either really interesting thing or like things that really piqued my interest. So first of all, the things I've heard and like the reactions I've seen from other people of like the cliffhangers for both this book and The Ballad of Never After got me really intrigued, really interested. And one thing I heard from several people that got me really interested was like how they said the vibes of this book are basically bubblegum pink. Like that's the vibe you get, the color bubblegum pink. So I got really interested and I'm looking forward to reading it. And yeah, I just wanted to give the intro first before I actually go to sleep because I'm so tired. But I will probably start reading maybe like a chapter or two tonight, go to sleep, and then update you after several more chapters or something. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, guys, so sorry for the ugly angle right now, but I'm currently outside the KSPO Dome waiting for the 17 Carat Land concert to finish to take my sister home, who is currently in the concert. And I'm outside on a bench because I was not expecting all the nearby cafes to close at like 9, and the concert's gonna end in like 11 p.m. most likely. So here I am outside. I think you can kind of hear it, not right now though, but yeah, hopefully you can hear this. So I managed to find a place with light, and I think I'm just gonna read and annotate as much as I can of Once Upon a Broken Heart. Oh my gosh, I don't think I'll be able to go home tonight. My sister and I are gonna have to stay outside all night until the buses or trains start running again. Oh my gosh. I'll have to fix it a bit later, but hey guys, it's been a really long update. I actually don't know when I first filmed the start of this vlog, but I have a lot to tell you. Less about the book, more about what's been going on. So first, let me change the battery because of course, just as I kind of get the setup done, the battery is finishing. Is this centered? Something is definitely off-centered. I can't figure out what it is, but what, March 11th, and I have finally broken 100 pages of the book. It's just I'm on chapter 17. I just got there, and so that's page 128, and I am liking it. I don't think I'm like in love with it or a huge fan, but I'm not hating it or finding it boring or anything. I am liking it. I'm having a fun time reading and fun time annotating it. Yeah, it's pretty engaging. It's pretty fun. I'm not like, so school classes just started again, so I've been a little busy having to figure out what I need to prep for this semester, what I need to get ready, what I need to do, figuring out my schedule, figuring out like my YouTube schedule and editing and filming and everything, and also exams and everything. Just a lot of things I had to prep for, and this book is fun, but it's not enough that like even in the midst of all that I'm itching to get back to it, if that makes sense. I do have fun when I do read it, and I'm actually really intrigued by what it kind of seems to be building up to. I actually don't have an idea of what it's building up to, but I just know it's something big. Jax obviously has a plan of some sorts. I did read a spoiler, so spoiler alert, this will take like maybe 20-second spoiler, that after reading the first book, or people would go back, reread the first ones, and they would see like all the little hints that relate to it. I don't know what the cliffhanger for Once Upon a Broken Heart is, but I'm seeing things that seem like I should keep an eye out for. I don't know if they will do it, but just the way she's writing it seems like, oh, this seems like an oddly piece of information that this seems like a piece of information that might be important, just because of the way she's kind of like introducing or mentioning it. I think the most obvious one is the story, the ballad, and the ballad of the art. What is it called? Is there no ballad in it? Is it just Archer and the Fox? Archer. The Ballad of the Archer and the Fox, like that. I think this is the biggest hint, obviously. But like little things like that. I feel like character-wise, I still have to grow onto, like, Evangeline still has to grow onto me. Nothing about her seems super remarkable. She seems relatable in the sense that she wants true love, she's sad, she's a little, she like has fantasies, she's like a dreamer and everything like that. So, you know, but other than that, she seems very not like fully fleshed out just yet, so she's not fully grown on me. But yeah, there's a lot of moments that are making me really suspicious, or like this seems something to keep an eye out for, or what is going on, what is this going to build up to. And yeah, so that's how it's been going, and it took me a long time, but I finally broke 100 pages and I'm updating you guys now. I don't know when or what I'll be able to show you next. I'm gonna go again on Sunday because my sister managed to get, I'm gonna be a little busy today maybe, but Sunday I might have time. And my deadline is technically the next weekend because I'm meeting that friend on the 20th to give them this book, so we will see how everything goes. Yeah, so nothing super remarkable about the book. I'm having fun. I am having a lot of fun annotating it. I feel like this is kind of how I annotated A Magic Steeped in Poison, and annotating that book was like one of the most fun experiences I had with annotating, and it's like my most annotated book. And this is like, I'm reading it and I'm just marking everything that I'm reacting to. Like, it doesn't matter how minor. If I just feel like I want to mark it down due to my reaction of it, then I just mark it down. So like, I'm circling a lot more, I'm double underlining, I'm boxing, and like just everything. So for example, here is literally my suspicious or foreshadowing green everywhere, just like these words, you know, for some reason. So I've been having a lot of fun with that. Yeah, like the writing is definitely a lot more whimsical than caravel, which makes sense because of where she is and all of that. Yeah, I had a lot more I think I wanted to say, but maybe because I was thinking it, I like already forgot it. But yeah, I will be going back into the book and I will update you guys later next time. Oh well, yeah, I will see you guys later. Oh, a lot of the reading recently has been done like at nighttime when it's hard to film, or outside of my house where I don't feel super comfortable packing a camera just because I carry so many things in my backpack. So I'm like scared it'll get damaged or like too around. So I don't know how much of me reading I could film with my phone because I have very little space in my phone left. I don't really know why or how to work around it. So there is that. And yeah, I will do my best, but also I have really bad outside vlogging anxiety, and I just feel super self-conscious and nervous and, you know, super self-conscious. So I don't know if I'll be able to show some of me reading at the very least, but I'll do my best. If not, this will just be like a very updatey reading vlog this time instead of reaction or anything like that. But yeah, okay, now I will sign off for now and I will update you guys sometime later. Hey guys, why is it so freaking windy? Look at that. So I read a few more chapters. It's so freaking cold, guys. Oh my god. I'm currently, my hair is going all crazy, as you can see. Going to pick up my sister. So freaking cold. Look at that. Oh my god. Okay, so it's so cold I literally have to turn my back to the wind, and I don't think the concert's finished. So I'm like wondering what I should do instead. I might walk back to the food actually. So I just passed 200 pages of Once Upon a Broken Heart. I'm on chapter 30, page 204, and I have some thoughts I want to share with you guys, just to like let you know what I'm thinking, some things. So for now, I think I wrote it down actually. So it's definitely an intriguing and like interesting plot that's going on, but for some reason the best way I can describe it is it also feels really shallow. I don't know how else to describe it. It feels just super shallow because like there's so many things that keep being revealed, or so many questions that keep being raised, but I feel like none of those questions, like none of the ever-growing questions, are ever being answered. And I get that we're from like Evangeline's point of view, who is unfortunately not being told anything. She's being forcefully dragged along, but because of that, the story does feel kind of like boring. I am gradually losing a little bit of interest. And in a way, I feel like because it's just constantly so many questions and we're never really getting a definitive answer to any of them, it just feels like the plot's kind of dragging on. It feels like nothing's really happening, and it just feels very kind of bland and shallow right now. And lots of interesting questions and suspicions, but I am a little bit disappointed with the fact that I'm like almost halfway in the book and not even one of those have been clearly answered. And Evangeline, the characters themselves also seem not super complex. I'm not sure if maybe that's kind of the point. The thing about Evangeline is she kind of reminds me of the main character in those like historical fantasy isekai slash transmigration villainous webtoons. And I feel like if you know and if you read those a lot, you kind of will know what I mean. If you don't, I guess the best way to say it is she's a very simple character. I think that's the best way. Like, she's got some dimensions, but it's kind of not anything distinctive. This is gonna sound really mean, but common, I guess, for main characters, for main character characteristics and whatnot. So Evangeline isn't really standing out to me in any way. Yeah, the biggest thing about me is that there's just so many questions and none of them are being answered or being revealed, or like hinting as if they are going to be revealed or answered, and that kind of is making me lose interest because I can't even keep track of all the questions or like all the information or even the characters, because this just keeps happening but nothing gets revealed or anything like that. So yeah, like I just finished chapter 29 and I do think that we are kind of getting a bit more on Evangeline's story. I think one of my theories is that this might be a bit of a spoiler, but not spoiler because it's not confirmed. But my theory is she is somehow maybe like a descendant or something of the Valor's family. That's why something was whispered to her saying that she could have also opened the arch. That's why she seems to be the one of a prophecy. I'm also wondering that I think is important is the oldest son of the Valor's family, mainly because he wasn't mentioned in the like history, like the history of the Magnificent North and the first royal family. They mentioned the oldest daughter, the second eldest son, and that's about it. There were like no mentions of the eldest son, and there seems to be some sort of like they're like hiding history on the Valors. So the eldest son I think is definitely gonna make an appearance somehow, if not the entire Valor's family. But yeah, I'm wondering if maybe in the Valor arch the eldest son is in there. But there's a lot of speculations, a lot of things. Nothing, like I've been saying, has been answered or resolved or revealed. So yeah, so it's I'm having fun annotating it. Like, I am just annotating as freely as I'm wanting to. I am trying to doodle, but it's a weird mix of being intrigued and having like questions, speculations, theories, but also at the same time just not being that into it because there are so many questions, and I would like a reveal sometime soon, but I know I'm not gonna get it because I'm still only halfway there. And yeah, like I really don't know what's gonna happen. Marisol is super suspicious. One thing that I do want to say is, at this point, I still don't know if Marisol is like truly brewing something behind the scenes, but I do like how Stephanie Garber kind of like wrote that up, because Evangeline is you know, suspicious of her. And is Marisol actually suspicious, or is the way Stephanie Garber writing Evangeline and her interpretation of the scene and just the scene itself making it very unreliable, and thus making us convinced that Marisol is suspicious? But then Jax also says something, so it's kind of like, well, if another character is saying it too, doesn't that mean it's even more so? So yeah, I don't know how it's gonna end, but I hope it ends in a way that kind of answers most, if not all, of the things. So yeah, now I'm gonna get back to reading. Hey guys, sorry for a late update. I just got to like almost 100 pages left, and I'm going to film myself reading the last 100 pages to see if I like react in any way to the cliffhanger or something like that. But I kind of got distracted annotating, and I just wanted to say, like, there are like vampires in the book now. I was not expecting that, and I did find it funny because it seems like I can't seem to escape vampires. So I don't think I posted it or even mentioned it, but I had originally filmed a reading vlog for A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. I think I ended up not liking how it turned out, so I just took it off. But that was also annotating for another friend, for a friend, and this book is for that same friend. And one, I find it funny that the books I picked for her end up having, like, one was mainly vampires, but this one also ends up having vampires, and that she, as a result, will end up reading 2 books that mention vampires. And 2, just like recently, since last year, I've just been really into vampire stories, or I just had stories about vampires. So I just found that like a really funny coincidence. And yeah, I really don't know how the whole vampire thing is working out. I don't really know why. It seems so random. I'm not hating the book, but I'm not loving it. I'm just reading it. It is fun at points, but I don't think I'm the biggest fan of Evangeline, just because sometimes it seems like she has no concern for time and place. Like, obviously she's in danger of falling under a vampire's thrall, but she keeps thinking, like, as much as she would want to inconvenient Jax or be petty towards him, like, I'm like, that's not the time and place to be petty to somebody right now. Like, your life is like, this is literally not the time or place to be even thinking about being petty. Like, he just said, if you look into their eyes, they can control you. And what does she do immediately after he told her that? Looks into their eyes. And I'm like, how are you gonna be looking for the time to be petty and also make such dumb decisions literally after people tell you not to? I don't understand. And yeah, so like the moments, so it's I feel like I love when characters are petty, but I like it when it's like done in a funny way or done with good timing. And Evangeline's moments when she chooses to be petty are always, I feel, at the worst moments, or like so inconvenient to choose that moment to be petty. And the development between Evangeline and Jax, personally, I feel like seems really non-existent. Like, I'm not really shipping them as a pairing in any way. I just can't see it. I'm just feeling kind of nothing from their banter, from the development. Like, I just feel like it's so weird. And like, for example, on Evangeline's side, it just seems like it's attraction from Jax being really good looking and him kind of having him being the Prince of Hearts with like the whole love and like attraction power. And it just seems like she's not really finding out Jax as an actual person slash fate, but she still seems attracted to him, and it seems kind of insta-lovey. And then as for Jax, it's just, I feel like there was no moment for him to start liking Evangeline. Like nothing from Evangeline's moment seems to justify like a budding romantic attraction towards her. And even more so since he has something up his sleeve, like with her in mind. I think I have heard the Ballad of Never After. I think it's kind of angsty and it has also a really big cliffhanger. I feel like I'll only really like the angst. Maybe they'll develop the relationship more. But as of now, if this is the book where I need to start shipping them as a pairing in order to enjoy the angst and whatnot in the second book, I don't think I'm going to, just because I'm not really finding them cute in any way or anything like that, just because I personally can't find the foundation or like the depth to their potential as a couple. And yeah, so that's what's been going on for now. I will say I have been having a lot of fun annotating. I feel like it was a really good decision to use metallic pens because it's so much fun with metallic pens. And yeah, the next time I update will probably be after I film me reading the last 100 pages, as well as my final thoughts, rating, and like an annotated flip through. But yeah, that is it for now. I just want to pop up given the thing about the vampires, and also like a minor update towards what I'm thinking towards the story and the characters. And that's it. I will update you guys later. Bye. So I am going to start filming reading the last 100 pages like once I get back to reading the book. But I read something just now that I am very shocked by, so this is like a little spoiler clip. But basically, we're in the vampire's den. They're just leaving when she hears a very familiar voice, and it turns out to be a familiar face. And I'm very confused. And I don't know what's going on. I guess I'll have to keep reading. I do feel like it's not the best when a book only really gets amazing the last 100 pages, because I'm like bored for more than that. And then if it's the last 100 pages, sometimes people DNF before then. So yeah. But that's all I want to say. I am looking forward to seeing where this goes, and I did have fun annotating it. Honestly, annotating with metallic pens is so much fun. But yeah, I also found this really pretty pen. Let me see if I can look for the color of it. I don't know if you can see here, but it's like a really pretty pink. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I will now film myself reading the last 100 pages and then update you guys on my final thoughts, annotated flip through, and then that'll be it. a little confused by this cliffhanger. Is it a cliffhanger? What door is this? Is it because I can't remember everything? That I forgot an important detail? Are you laughing at me? Mm-hmm. Why? Because you forgot an important detail. I feel like this ending is supposed to like mean more, but I don't remember why. Or like I don't understand what it means. Yeah guys, it is so hot right now. And this is currently my sister's room. My room is a little occupied right now, so I can't really talk. My sister's recovering from she's like in post-op right now, so she's taking a nap. She's sleeping it off, so I came to my sister's room to speak about Once Upon a Broken Heart. First of all, I wrapped a little gift pouch, I guess. Oh gosh, it moved. Okay, and I don't think I showed it, but I wrapped The Ballad of Never After and Once Upon a Broken Heart, and I've tied them together like so. So I was at an Aladdin bookstore and I found a secondhand copy of a signed edition, a signed special edition, and the friend I'm doing the exchange with has recently graduated. So as like a congratulations on graduating, I got it and then I wrapped it and I tied them together. So that is what happened. And what did I think about Once Upon a Broken Heart? I think I will rate this like a 3.5 to a 3.75, mainly because this is really bad because it's all wrapped and everything, so I can't really remember the thoughts I had. But basically it was, for me personally, it got a lot more fun at like the last 60 to 50 pages, because everything was just, so many things were happening. Like the ending was going so wild, like the speed and the way everything was just unraveling was simply insane. Like I was like, the heck is going on? So many things were happening. It was a little bit funnier, like the banter and the interactions were a lot more funnier. Basically everything just really got better for me personally and more fun at the last 50 to 60 pages. But everything else before that wasn't like bad, but just for me personally it just wasn't very fun. I really liked her writing and the way it was matched really well with the way the Magnificent North was created. I really found the fairy tale happy ending magic and like kingdom really fascinating, really magical. But plot wise, I just wasn't really invested because it felt like it was, I don't really know where it was going. Like even with the ending of the first book, also this book just took me so long to read, So by the time I got to the ending, I had already kind of forgotten what that door was. Like, I have a vague memory maybe, but it was just very, like, I don't know. I didn't think that was a cliffhanger because, one, I couldn't really remember what it meant. Like, I'm pretty sure that was the door or something that maybe leads to the Valerie Arch, or maybe is the Valerie Arch. Definitely the Valerie family related. But two, like, it didn't feel like a cliffhanger just because I don't really know what to make of it. Like, what does that necessarily mean? It just did raise the question of, is it opening without her? Like, did they not need the key? Is it just because her involvement in the prophecy was fulfilled, so even without her blood or anything, it can open on its own and all of that? But yeah, I really liked the way everything unraveled at the end of, like, the revelation and the plot twist. So I am looking forward to the second book, because I did get spoiled a little bit on saying, like, it turns out that while it seemed like it was one character who was pulling all the strings, it turns out it was another character. Spoiler alert for that, by the way. I'm so sorry, I just realized. So I'm looking forward to see how that'll be revealed in the second book. Yeah. I liked Evangeline's character. I almost called her Evelyn. Evangeline's character, because throughout the story you could really just get the sense that she was a girl who just wanted to be loved. And personally, I was a little surprised to see that she became aware of that, but I really liked how you could really get that feeling and that understanding of her character throughout the majority of the book. And you can really see how that is the motivation behind her actions, her decisions, her as a character, her relationship with Jax and stuff. On that note, the biggest confusion I guess I have with this is why, for me personally, the question I was left with is, why should I ship Evangeline and Jax? Like, why? Like, because sometimes even if I don't ship a pairing, I can see why they're like that, or like I can see how they're cute. Evangeline and Jax, maybe it's because there's like, it's the whole question of like Jax as a character, but till the end of the book I just could not see them at all as a romantic pairing. Like, yes, they had moments, but overall the way their characters were, and like if you take them together, I just could not come to a conclusion or understanding as to, or like even fangirl over them as a couple. Like, I just can't. I'm not an Evangeline Jax fangirl, or like I don't ship them in any way, just because I don't really feel anything with the two of them, because they have, like, admittedly a lot of issues to work through, and their interaction together I feel like weren't enough to make me still want to ship them. So I really don't know how the Ballad of Never After is gonna work. That'll make me find them a cute pairing and like ship them, because at this point, this whole book, not once did I ever think to myself, they're so cute, or like I can see them as a couple, or I hope they end up together. Like, not even. So I'm really curious to see how that's gonna go. And yeah, I think that's about it that I have to say about the book. Yeah, so I will be meeting that friend on Wednesday. I hope they like it. Let me know what you thought of the cliffhanger. Like, what did I miss from that cliffhanger that I forgot, because it took me so long to read this book. It took me almost a month. I think I started reading this book around like March 2nd, March 3rd, and then I finished it the 26th. Like, yes, real life did get in the way, but also this book just wasn't engaging enough for me to stick to it and like read for a long period of time. But I'm glad I managed to finish it before meeting with my friend. And yeah, share with me what you thought of Once Upon a Broken Heart. Let me know if you have read The Balance Ever After, what you thought about that. And yeah, so that was it for this reading vlog. It was a really long time coming. On that note, so sorry that I skipped like, I want to say 2 to 3 weeks of no uploading. Real life got in the way for the first week I missed, and then I had to study for an exam, which was the reason for the second week that I missed. Was it just 2 weeks? If I managed to like edit this video by this week, April 1st, then it wouldn't have been 3 weeks. It'll be just 2 weeks that I missed. But I did want to apologize for that. I hope this vlog kind of makes up for it. It's very messy because it was like throughout such a long time span that my clips are a little like all over the place. So I have to like look and find them. I have to like organize and like try to remember what day which clip is for what day and all of that. But yeah, I have to like think what other ideas I have planned for my channel and try to work around my schedule and like film it, upload it and stuff like that, because this was a really wild and busy month. Like, it was crazy. I'm just so busy and I don't know why. Like, I genuinely don't feel like, I feel like I shouldn't be this busy, but for some reason I am. Like, I have classes twice a week, so I have 3 free days. How am I busy all day on those 3 days? But yeah, the next reading vlog I'm thinking of doing is reading Shadow and Bone for the 3rd time. Again, annotating this for a friend, and maybe like a week in my life. We'll have to see. I don't have a lot of space in my phone, so filming a week in my life might be a little hard. But cherry blossom season is starting, so I think that would be a really pretty vlog to do. So we'll honestly have to find out. So that was it for this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it, as messy and long and chaotic as it probably is, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.